they partner, parent together.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to like involuntarily just to become a single parent, that is tough for me, because I'd be like, I just be needing that male voice to be like, just say that word, just say the name, and they just get together. And now I just be like, so God, you just want me to be both or something? Like, me? Like, I'm the person that advocate for everybody to try to make it work. Like, why you do this to me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I definitely question. I question him, but it's like every time I question him or whenever I feel like I want to even be upset with him, like even when I feel like that, it's something that happens within my life that's like, I feel like it's a confirmation that it's like, I know you hurting right now, but I have not left you. I haven't forsaken you. We all got to go through that transition. Like, nobody is promised here on this earth forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he gives me some type of peace and consolation. I can't explain. Like, you would have to ask me in that moment, like, well, what did he do? Well, I can't tell you right now. But it'll be so many things. It'll be the things like July, like when I feel like I was getting to that broken place and that place where I just wanted to shrivel up and just kind of disappear. It was like, he just put me on a path to like, no, I didn't forget you. I didn't give up on you. Do this. Mm-hmm. And whatever I got to doing, it just picked my spirit up and it just kept me going and it kept me confident that he didn't give up on me,
I feel like it, and again, unimaginable, but as a mother, how do you grieve yourself, and go through the things, but still parent, still be a mother, still be able to allow your kids to grieve? Did you ever feel, or do you feel like you didn't have a chance to grieve because you had to be strong for your kids?
I think, when you're on the outside and you've never experienced, I think people think grief is this thing where you stop and you just be still and you cry and you shut the curtains and it's blacked out and nobody comes in. You lock yourself away. I think that's a perception of grief, right? And not saying that that's yours, but I think a lot of people, they expect the world to stop. But I'm like, the thing is that you grieve every moment of the day. You get what I'm saying? Like, every moment, like, I can be, in certain situations, I could be sitting outside or in this, like, if, say, for instance, we not starting to be talking right now, I can drift off into a place where I just long or I think of a thought and I can be like, blink out. Like, you be like, Mia. And I'll be like, oh, dang. My mind just escaped to a place. But that's a part of my grief because it's going to a place that I want to be in that I can't, right? And I think that experiencing a loss, like, in parenting, like, one thing that I kept telling myself is that, like, right now, one thing I know about parenting is that your children, they don't do what you say, they do what you do. Your children watch you intently. Like, they're looking for, how you moving about. And I'm like, the fact that God didn't take both of us, and it's somebody here that's left that he's like, I prepared you in so many different types of ways with wisdom and discernment and different things that I just know about myself that I've always possessed, that he's like, I gifted you with that. I'm going to need you to share that gift with them, right? Mm-hmm. So they can be able to know what to do when tragedy strikes. So I feel like now, every time I look at my children, I want them to know, like, even if they have to, like, I'm not going to be here forever. I want them to know how to continue and journey on, because Father already gone. Like, so God forbid, like, I be praying hard in the mug, like, look, keep me here for a very long time. Don't get it. Come on now. Don't let me down. But I just be like, I want them to know when you experience loss, that I still want you to journey on in life. And I needed to be a clear example of that. And so we grieve together. We talk about their father together. I let them know it's okay to cry. Like, my son, he's like, I'm the man of the house, and he kept on telling me around the time that everything happened, like, Mom, don't cry. You don't have to cry. I'm here. And I was like, baby, like, I want you to cry. Don't think that you're too tough to, like, that's an expression of love. It's okay. And when I told him that, my son, like, literally just broke down. And
like, it was a release.
It was a relief for him, and I feel like that I had a responsibility to show them how to deal and manage with loss. Like, life is going to be full of losses at some point, and I needed to show them. And it was the hardest illustration that I've ever had to encounter, but it was something that I'm like, I just gotta do, because I don't, they're so young. I don't want them, like, they were 4 and 7. Like, I don't want them to, like, want to give up at life now. They ain't even lived. You get it? So I just had to push through. And a lot of times they would come up to me and say the most sweetest things. And even you talking about faith, like, one of the things that I think really elevated my faith. My children, I put them in Christian schools, right? Now, don't get it wrong. Like, don't get it twisted. I ain't really no holy roller like that. I grew up, like, I have a relationship with God, and we've prayed, we've done different things, but it has gotten a lot tighter because, I have had to look to a source. I can't, like, it's not in people, it's not in things. It's like a source. Like, I needed to be, like, edify my spirit. And my children, I put them in a Christian school that has really helped them to build their faith. And so my children would come up to me and see me sad, and they'll be like, Mommy, I want to pray for you. And I'm like, even before their dad passed, like, they inspired the both of us to pray as a family, because typically we would pray, either I pray with the kids over, like, it wasn't, or at the dinner table we'll do it together, but they were the ones that's like, hey, like, just really big about that prayer life. And it encouraged us before he passed, and he even saw it. And it just got to a point to where it was like every night, no matter if he was gone or there, they let's call Daddy. We about to FaceTime Daddy. It's time to pray. And the way that shaped our family dynamic, it was like I saw the power of prayer, and it was through my kids that really brought me closer. So a lot of times when I was like really sad, they would come up and they would say the sweetest things. I'm like, Mommy, I want to pray for you. Thank you, God, for my mommy. And I'd just be like, God, thank you for my kid. It's like, so I think that's how that relationship got stronger,
So Black Men Deserve to Grow Old.com or .org?
.com.
That's where we can go to support the movement.
Yes.
Okay, so we got to talk about Mommy Yo.
Okay.
What's the mission behind it?
The mission behind Mommy Yo is to advocate for moms to be fly.
You're out here advocating for the people, baby.
Advocating for the people. That's what they told you. I was doing it behind the scenes. I was like, look, I'm going to do this on the low because he don't want me to do nothing. But I want to advocate for you, sis.
Yes.
Like, be a mom. Be there for your babies. Be a boss as well. Like, I know I had a lot of inner boss up in me that couldn't be unleashed because Adolph was suppressing it. He was like, look, be inside the house. But, and not in no forceful way. But, I really wanted to just advocate for women to, like, look, you can do both. You can be the mom and you can be the CEO, right? You can be the CEO of your household, even if you're not ready, because that's what I started to do. I was like, look, okay, you're right. I'm a run my household like a tight ship. Like, I'm a run it like I'm a CEO of my household, right? Yep. And that's really where the idea came from. And so I just wanted to advocate for women to, like, embrace family. I know it's cool to be out here popping and be out here in the clubs, but, like, not really. Like, be with your babies. Like, take them, do some things with them, show them the world, like, involve them into that picture. You don't have to cut them out. Involve your family and do things for yourself too. It's not just all like give yourself away and don't replenish, but do things for yourself as well. So that was the whole idea behind it. Like, be the mom and be the boss.